got some Michael Jackson classics. What's going on, YouTube, man? I got a quick question, and this is something that has been coming up. A lot of people have been asking questions about this, and but I want to ask you the question, and just take some time to listen to the question and answer it. Why do a lot of you think that when you open a business, most people say this? They say, "I don't have enough money to open a business." My question to you is this: how much do you think a business costs? I mean, think about it. Most people who open a business, they think, oh, I got to go to a bank and borrow $100,000, and or I got to, go to a family member and borrow, $50,000. I mean, it just goes on. But I'm trying to tell you today that that's not the type of business you want to own. If somebody asked me today, well, how much money do you need in order to start a business? I say you start with I can't talk today. You start with what is in your pocket. Now think about that for a second. Now some of you guys would say, well, you can't start a business with what's in your pocket. Yes, you can. I'm the type of guy, I don't like to wait on my money for business. And what I mean by that is this: whoever came up with the idea that a way to start the business is the first 3 years, you should put all your money back into the business, that's stupid. You know why? Because you're working for $0. One rule of thumb I have, and actually I bumped up my plan. It was 20%, now it's 50%. So basically, anything I make in a business in a day, 50% of that goes to me, and 50% of that goes into the business. Now, one reason that I can do that is because I don't have any debt. I didn't go in debt and borrow from a loan to get a business loan from the bank. I didn't, do a second mortgage on my house, in order to get a loan. I started with what was in my pocket. That's what you do when you start a business. You start from the ground up. And the reason why you want to start from the ground up is because you're going to learn. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. And when you get to the top, after you've made all the mistakes, nobody won't be able to tell you anything. You'll be an expert. Because you've made all the mistakes that you need to make. Now you're going to be successful. And you didn't have to wait not one day. I mean, you were taking money out like religiously. Now, what I do is that, and I set myself up like that, is that I take 50% and I put that toward retirement, and I take another 50% and I put that back into business. I'm able to do that, but it wasn't always like that. So yeah. You see, the reason why I say you don't have to wait this 3 years or whatever, I've seen people that almost have lost their house, cars, families struggling because they continually working every day and every day to put money back into the business. They spend money, and a lot of these businesses they go under because they start with a mountain in front of them. How are you going to concentrate and try to think clearly when all you have is debt on your mind? All you're thinking about when you first start a business is, I just got to pay these guys that I borrowed this money from. I like to start something with a clear mind and say, I want to make money for me, not for somebody I borrowed money from. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of the businesses that are going under now, the Blockbuster and businesses like that, these businesses are closing for one reason and one reason only: debt. Debt is not power. You're actually powerless with debt. Just think about it.